You'll learn more about that later. Here's Dr. Miller, and he's telling me to read the terminal. The Medicom is a state-of-the-art analysis and healing device. It will analyze the current medical status of a friendly target and teleport them to the nearest hospital upon defeat. Equipping every hero with a Medicom patch is the only thing keeping Paragon City from being overrun. If you have an associate that can revive you, you may wait for that instead of being clicked OK. Instead, by not clicking OK in the dialog box that appears upon defeat. Basically, it's telling you when you die, you have the choice to wait until someone gives you an awaken inspiration, or they revive you with a reviving power, or you can click go to hospital and you'll head to one of the hospitals in your zone, and you'll automatically be teleported there. And once you get higher level 10 and up, you start receiving something called debt. And what debt is that it's kind of like a punishment for dying. And it kind of slows down your leveling. Like, every time you kill an enemy with debt, about half of your experience you get will go to paying off your debt. You'll still be gaining experience, but it won't be nearly as much, and debt really pisses a bunch of people off, and it's not that much fun. I'd recommend not to get it, but talk to Professor Hoffman. And if once you do the tutorial, you can read what these guys are saying. I just never really like to listen to them. And here you have different drones. These are where you first start out your, this is where you can test out your powers. See what they look like, the different animations and stuff. These are downed Rikti drones. Rikti are these like alien creatures that came and tried to invade Earth, and the heroes fought them off, and with issue, I think it was 10 or 11, the Rikti came back, so now there's a bunch of Rikti attacks a lot of the time. It gets really annoying. That's what Char looks like. He's can't move, but they don't attack anyway. Here's my other power. Warmth is used to heal people around me. It's really fun. And now this is where I first go into combat with real enemies. I think it was Officer Parks or something, told me to defeat 2 Contaminated, which are these guys. Sorry about that, I have a sore throat today. These thugs have gotten their hands on a mysterious drugs that drive them mad. So the tutorial zone is basically just training heroes to fight against Contaminated. And no. Okay. As you can see, he's now choking because he can't see, and this guy's attacking me. I have different powers I get right away, like I have a punching power I can use. It's really weak. I have the Apprentice Charm, which kind of just does a little bit of damage to him. And there's what I was talking about for fire. It does damage over time, and if you were looking when he was getting, when I attacked him, there's little 2s and 3s going up over his head. And that's because, I was doing damage over time to him. See, 2, 2. And that's why I kind of like fire control, because it doesn't just do one set, like, preset amount of damage, like, once, like other controller powers might. Fire, you know, they have things called farming on here, which is where you farm for experience by doing a mission with a lot of enemies, but you don't complete the task, so you can keep doing it over and over again. And there's a class where it's a fire controller, and his secondary is kinetics, and it just really makes farming really fun, just because... Oh, sorry about that. But it makes farming really easy because they can kill a mob like by themselves, level 50 mobs. Just makes everything really easy for them. But at a low level, you probably shouldn't really care about that. That's for higher levels. And I might make a higher level video later of, because my second highest level right now is 46, level 46, and that's my War Shade, so I don't know, I might have to work around that. I might make a video about my level 50. We'll have to wait and see how successful these videos are. I have to kill 4 thugs this time, so it's just a little bit harder. Oh, and Officer Parks, I think that's his name, I keep forgetting it. He gave me inspirations to use. And these are really powerful ones. These are kind of rare to come upon when you're level, like my level. Officer Hicks. Sergeant Hicks. Okay. But, I just got an enhancement from him, but inspirations, you know, like I said, but these are really powerful ones. There's, I think, 3 different levels of inspirations. There's a small that help you, but they're not that great. There's medium, which is they do a little bit more damage, and I mean whatever their ability is. And there's the large, like the ones we have here. And the large ones are really great. You know, they really help you out. I usually save them because they're hard to come by. You know, this new thing that came along. Issue 12, it allows you to combine inspirations to make bigger inspirations or different types of inspirations. So if you have like 3 red ones or damage, like this here, you can combine it to make like an accuracy, defense, an awaken, which will revive you. This is different enhancements, and this is talking about enhancement levels, combining enhancements, I'll talk about that in a second, and invented enhancements, which you'll learn about later in the game. But I'll go back to Sergeant Hicks, and I think he gives me another enhancement. Yep. Now with enhancements, I now have 2 damage enhancements, which you can see here. And what I can do is I can take those and slot them in the powers up here. This little message comes up. Yes. And then I take this and I can, well, what it does is now my char power has a level 1 damage, which means it'll do more damage than it would have before. But if I take this other one and combine them, I can combine the 2 to make it a level 1 plus, which is like a level 2. So now it does a lot more damage than it did before. Now I have to run down to Coyote, which is one of the other contacts. I think he works with Longbow, which is a branch of the government that helps fight off villains. They're like well, a lot of them are normal people. You know, they use weapons and guns and stuff, swords, maces, you know, different powers like that. This is your first mission, by the way. And Longbow, you don't really have to worry about them too much. You'll maybe fight them a couple times, so that's just because they're like renegade Longbow or something. In City of Villains, you actually fight them a lot, but I might make a video about that. I don't know. We'll have to see. And as you can see, we have to save Flower Knight, which is another hero that this guy's beating up and this guy's just kind of watching. And once I save her, she'll actually help me fight off the rest of these guys. And up here, you know, I have to find the formula. There's 3 tasks for this mission. I have to find the formula, I have to defeat all the thugs, which there's a lot of, and I have to rescue her. So the mission won't actually complete until I complete all of those objectives. So I'm just gonna fight off these guys.